Hello everyone, I have another review for you today. Today's review is the ESV Ultrathin Bible from Crossway. I received a complimentary copy of this Bible from the publisher in exchange for my honest review. This Bible is a little different than some of the Bibles that I have reviewed in the past because most of the Bibles are either thin line or thicker. So they're right about an inch thick, and depending on some of them, like the study Bible, can get close to 2.5 inches thick. This guy, I gave you that from that angle and from that angle, is just over half an inch, about 0.6 inches, or for those of you who prefer, about 15.25 centimeters. And the overall height is about almost 8.5 inches, 8.375, some in the neighborhood about 18 centimeters. And then 15.375 inches, again, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 12 centimeters. So what you got is a taller Bible, a not such a wide Bible. So you got the height here and the width this way. But what makes it different is this. You got that thin, like I said, just over half an inch, about 16 centimeters or so. What is nice, it makes it really good for carry, but you don't have to worry about a bulkier Bible like some of the thin lines that are out there. And because this is a true ultra thin, and what I mean by that is I've seen ultra thins from other companies, and their thin line is maybe like an inch, a little over an inch, and their ultra thin is 3/4 of an inch. Not much different. With this, there's about half of an inch difference. And for that very reason, it's a lot easier to put in a briefcase or a laptop bag and not have to worry about this type of thickness right there going this direction, right? So you have just that little bit of more space, especially if you have a really tight laptop bag that's specific to a particular one. Right now I'm using a MacBook Pro that is the one without the DVD drive, and it's pretty thin. So it's nice to be able to put that in a laptop bag and then put something like this in there and not have to worry about space. This is a bonded letter TruTone. My understanding is there is nothing outside of that. There is no genuine leather, there is no paperback or hardback. And as a result, what you get for this particular one is the feel is soft and not really grippy. So that it helps a little bit in one way. It's not sticking to something inside of a bag. It's a little harder to grip though, especially if maybe you're outside working or it's a little warm and your hands get a little sweaty, maybe a little clammy. The book does slip a little, so just keep that in mind. Some of the other features are you're looking at a fairly decent size typeface and type size font. You're not getting some 5 or 6 point font, which can be a little annoying. It's 7.5. So you're still getting a pretty good size even though the Bible is a thin Bible. You do get a bookmark there, and I want to show you there are some kind of standard maps, all right? And you do get a little bit of a glossary. Let me just show you a few of these little words here. There we are. Get a glossary, terms and phrases. So that does help some as well. It is a gilded edges right there. Sucker for that. Apparently there are some thin lines out there that do no longer do that. So it's nice to see some gilding going on. The only thing that I would say that may sway a few people is that there are very little in terms of aid. I mean, we're talking just pure text. You got a little footnoting down there. No cross references for the most part, maybe a few verses here and there, but for the most part, you're not getting any cross references. This would be great then if you have a devotional book that you're reading along and don't want to be interrupted in your reading with various cross references and study helps. But if you want a little more in depth, but want something a little bit more portable, it's probably not the option for you. You know, you got to sacrifice something. If you want something compact, you're probably not going to get a lot of help. If you want a lot of help, you probably aren't going to get something that's very compact. Either way, I actually like this. I've used it, taken it to church a couple times. It has a good feel to it, as I mentioned before. And it's nice to be able to have something thin, not carrying a bunch of stuff with me. I do tend to carry a few things with me, pens and things like that, sometimes a journal depending on what I'm doing. It's nice to be able to fit it all into one hand, you know, like that, rather than having a big old thick Bible and you're stretching and sometimes dropping a few things. So I hope that helps. Feel free to leave some comments, and I'll see you next time.